Let's talk
Relationships
on
on You Me
UME Radio.
Radio.
So, what are we talking about?
Marriage, dating, parenting, business.
And love, emotions, sex.
It's a conversation with me, Lady Misty,
And DJ KTE.
on everything from hot topics to taboos.
Join us Mondays at 9 p.m. live on UME Radio.
Follow us at Let's Talk Relationship Show on Facebook or on Yumi Radio on Instagram. Let's talk relationships, arguments for the grown.
Get the UME Radio app to listen wherever you are. That is UME Radio. One word.
Hey, we're back,
Hey,
we're
hey,
back.
hey. All right, we
Let's
are
talk
back.
relationship 2021.
2021.
And
We
going
are
strong, huh?
back
Going strong.
and going strong and going strong.
Lady
Happy
Misty,
New
what's
Year,
up with the white?
everybody.
Yeah, Happy New Year. What's up with the white tonight now, Lady Misty? What's up with the white on tonight?
I
We didn't
don't
plan this, did
know.
we? We didn't plan this, did we?
No, we didn't. No, we didn't.
Ah,
But we're
yeah.
coming back fresh, so
That's it.
might as well do it in white, huh?
There you go. Because white is right.
White is right.
All
That's
right
it.
now. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, everybody. We are here, ready for a new season of Let's Talk Relationships.
Hmm.
What is your relationship status this year? How will your relationship status bloom this year?
I wonder.
I don't know. Let me hasten to say a big thank you to all our partners, all our supporters, listeners, viewers. This year, we want to be a support system for you. We are here for you. We learned a lot last year, and this year, we will be having conversations that will be there to help you. So join us in the comment section if you need advice or any answers to a question to help you grow in your relationship. Leave it in the comment section, or you can email us at ltranswers at gmail.com. Let me do that again. LTS answers at gmail.com. That's it. And it is our hope that this program will be a support to you to help you have a strong, healthy, amazing, beautiful relationship. You guys are so wonderful. You guys were so wonderful in 2020. I'm happy that you made it over into 2021 with us. So let's take on 2021. So cheers to you, love and happiness.
Well, folks, again, let's welcome you all to Let's Talk Relationships. And I am DJ KTE.
And I am Lady Misty.
Wait, Lady Misty, didn't you just recently celebrated your 5th anniversary? 50th
Yes,
anniversary?
I did. Yes,
Now
I
I see
did.
why
I celebrated
you're
in
blooming like
December.
the flower in the
I
stream
look like I'm blooming.
running waters. I say, wow, look at this. I'm telling you, I just know something's working there. Good
Oh
for
my
you.
God. Thank you, DJ. Thank you, DJ. Thank you so much.
All right, all right.
It's always a pleasure to come on and talk with you.
Thank you. Same way, same here. Same here.
Yes, and thank you to listeners for keeping our company. You know that we cannot do the show without you keeping our company. So thank you so much for joining us. We are live on YouTube right now. Right now. So
Right
jump
now,
on
y'all
over
go
there.
there and hit us up on
Yeah, right
YouTube,
now.
y'all.
So
Hit
go
us up
over
there.
there, and we want to say hello to everyone that's watching right now. Please let us know where you're joining us from, of course. This year, we want to make sure that we are connecting. So please leave us a comment, question, or shout out. We want to hear from you. And
Yeah.
throughout the program as well, we want to hear from you. So please don't forget to drop a line or two in the comment section over there on YouTube, and we will hear from you.
Yeah. Oh,
We
yes.
can
Yes, we
also
will.
be
Yes, we
heard
will.
on the App Store, the Google Play Store, iTunes, Podcast, iHeartRadio, TuneIn,
Tune
Google
in.
Podcast, Podbean,
Yeah.
TuneU, yes, Live 365,
365.
Spotify, and Stitcher. So we
Stitcher.
are all over the place.
Mm-hmm.
We are in
We,
so many countries. How many countries are we in, DJ?
I think over 70 now.
Over 70 now.
And we
Wow.
started with 3. So
Wow. We
go
started with
figure, huh?
three and now
So,
we global.
so if you stick it out, it'll work out, right? Yeah.
Yes.
So, Mr. Tonight, now we have something very interesting. Please tell our listeners what's the topic tonight.
So tonight, the topic for tonight is how often should couples have sex?
Wait, am I
Hmm.
here? Am I hearing right, Misty? Am I hearing right, Lady
Yes,
Misty?
you're hearing
Say it
right.
again. Say it again, so that they can hear it, because I might have misheard that.
How often should couples have sex?
Oh Lordy, Lord, Lord. Uh-oh. It's gonna
Yeah.
be a night to
So that's a question I'm
remember.
throwing out there. So for those of you over there on YouTube, you're free to answer right now. All right. So some of you have been asking us to discuss some, steamier topics, and this year we are ready to deliver. All right. So come on over here on a Monday night. Arguments for the grown, remember?
Yes,
So
and Lady Misty, you know what? Typically, we've had the ladies on the show, all ladies. We have all
yes,
men. We've had a
yes.
mixture. We've had couples, right?
Mm-hmm.
We've had doctors and lawyers, and so now we're having just me and you
It's just
tonight.
me and you tonight.
So the guests are the audience. The other one is going to really be working us tonight with their questions and their responses and their whatever they feel. So we're here to let's go nuts tonight,
No
as
pun
they say.
intended, right?
Yeah.
All right. So, how many of you have asked this question? How often should one have sex? Hmm. Should it be every night? Should it be once a month? Should it be half the year? Twice on
Well,
Sunday?
if you
What
think
do you
about it,
think?
some people, it's funny because every day you say a while ago is somebody's life. There are
Hmm?
people actually have it once a year, really. You
Once a
know,
year?
for a birthday. Yes, yes, yes.
I don't think I could
It's
live
a
with that.
birthday.
I'm sorry.
It's like this mercy. It's like grace. It's called grace sex. It's a birthday. Maybe you know what? Let me just whatever. It's really for a lot of people. That's their story. So it's pretty
Wow.
shocking, but it is.
All right.
Yes.
So, let's see what others have to say about the topic. And remember, all the persons listening over there, please don't forget to tell us your views. How often should a couple have sex? All right, so let's go. And I have to put on my extra pair
Yeah,
of glasses
speckles.
to see what's
I
happening.
hear you. I hear you. I got to put on mine too. But I'm thinking though, should we say like give it some kind of border, like say per week, you know, kind of
Per
set
week.
the
All right.
yeah
So
per week. Yeah,
all right. So
how often should it be per week?
how often is a healthy sex life per week?
Yes, yes. That's
All right. So let's see what this article says. So in an article on the Insider, and it quotes, and I'm quoting, how often couples should have sex according to three sex therapists. So, according to three of them, not one, not two, but three.
3. Uh-oh.
All right. So, let's go. I have worked with couples who would argue that once a week is too much, and others would say it's not nearly enough, says Stephanie Gorlick, a licensed master social worker and sex therapist. So there's an
Interesting.
argument. Just once a week, once a week. Once some person says too much, some
Too
person
much.
says too little. All right. Here's another one. While there can be too little or too much sex, it really is subjective and dependent on the couple, says Christine Lozano, a licensed marriage, family, and sex addiction therapist. So, this therapist is saying it is dependent on the couple and the lifestyle and routine. All right, let's continue reading. It says a 2017 study published in the Archives of Sexual Behavior studied, I'm sorry, let me go again. A 2017 study published in Archives of Sexual Behavior studied the sexual behavior of just over 26,000 people from 1989 to 2014. It found that the average adult has sex 54 times a year, or an average of about once a week.
Hmm.
It is
Wow, I didn't know
also
that.
found it is also found that for married couples, the number stayed almost the same, 51 times a year. That's interesting. I thought it would have
Yeah,
been more.
I thought so
Anyway,
too.
however, the frequency changed depending on age. 20 somethings reported having sex around 80 times a year, whereas the number drops to 20 for 60 somethings. It is important to note that sex is a broad term that encompasses many sexual acts. Therefore, the definitions can vary from person to person. So, interesting information here from the insider.
Hmm.
Hmm. All right. So, let's see. So, this is saying, based on this study, that the average adult has sex 54 times a year. In marriage, it remains the same, 51 times a year.
Mhm.
Hmm, that's interesting. So,
In the comment viewers, it in the comment
yes,
section
yes,
there. Yeah. So anyone out there with a question, let me hear your question.
I'm joining you, Marshall. I'm seeing Scottisha Walters. I'm seeing Nasalyn Davis, and
Mm-hmm.
I'm seeing Bugs Seaway. All right, so
Uh-oh.
let me tell you how it is over here. So Shanique says as often as possible,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm right there with her. All right, good.
But it sounds good, but it's really reality though. I mean, yeah,
We're gonna talk about that.
yeah.
All right, and Bugs Seaway says 3 times per week.
Okay, it's pretty conservative.
Yes. Yes. Scottisha Walters says sex is vital in every relationship. So anytime, anywhere, it's possible.
Oh, anytime, anywhere. Oh,
Anytime, anywhere, it's possible.
anytime, anywhere.
I
Oh
like these
boy.
comments.
Hmm, hmm,
All right. So usually young people, well, young folks, people on a whole, when we, especially if you are like people like me who grew up in church, and sex outside of marriage is forbidden,
hmm.
right? In the
It's the
religious
big
space.
one.
Yes, it's the big one, right? It's the big one. And so when you aspire to be married or become married, that's one of the things you want.
Hmm.
I've been to so many weddings where there's this joke that says that you don't want to hear the husband in the bathroom praying about the
Hmm.
resurrection prayer on the honeymoon night.
That's
You
right.
want things to be you want things to be risen,
On
right?
and just popping off. Yeah.
Yes. Yes. So that's one of the things you aspire for, a very healthy sex life. However, a lot of times we are disappointed because life happens
Yeah.
and it doesn't happen. So, and then it begs the question, who likes the sex more, the man or the woman?
Ooh.
Who determines how often it should be had, the man or the woman?
Or should the woman assert herself more than the man?
There you
Or vice
go. I
versa.
want to hear our listeners. So, our
Hmm.
listeners or viewers tonight, remember that we are hearing from you tonight. You are our guest tonight. So, we crave your responses, we crave your feedback as we discuss this. For majority of persons, they would say that the men are usually more assertive when it comes on to wanting sex and how often they want it. Uh, it
Well,
is
I mean,
said.
Well,
Well,
I
go
mean,
ahead, DJ.
I think that that's to be said because we kind of see how it plays out in our world. I mean, I think it's partly just societal how we are probably cultured, but also I
Mm-hmm.
think it's genetic as well. We have this hunter kind of thing instinct in us, so we
Yes.
we hunt, we see, visually see, and we hunt. So I think that's where that comes in. And of course, it is for the procreation of the races. So right, so we can't just expect not to have the generation go on if we don't have sex, right? So there's a
Right.
natural proclivity to want to have sex, a natural drive, so to speak. So of course, we as men have this testosterone kind of thing going on, where we said, hey, it's a drive.
So is it that the men try to have more sex as because they know that when they get older that drive goes down? I know
you know,
that scientifically they say it goes down as you get older and women peak as they get older. So,
yeah,
the switch continues.
I'm pretty sure some men probably have it in their minds, but I think most people they go about their lives and they're thinking that what, you leave the teenage years, you go into your young adult years, and of course, life takes over now. You're working now, maybe two
Mhm.
jobs. You may have a child, so that stress level comes in. You may work far
Yes.
from home, hour or two away, drive back and forth. That's taking away your energy, your time. You have
Yes.
life stresses, and so that sometimes I think takes away from the drive to have it a
Mhm.
lot. I mean, I can take a piece of my experience is that because I was
Mhm.
married. Now I was married, I became automatically a stepdad, right? So when I was on my honeymoon, of course, my child wasn't there. So I felt like I could go all day, pretty much every day, and I was fine.
Mhm.
But I was on the honeymoon. There was no distraction there, no
Right.
distractions there. But when I got back home now, there was a young baby who's demanding your attention, mom's
Yes.
attention, and it's like we try to, she might be up when we want to do our thing, and it's like baby's in the way. So you become a little more creative, but not as fluid as you would like it to be. So
Right.
you sometimes end up having it less than if you were just you alone.
I tell a lot of people this, and quite a few couples who have gotten married or in the process of getting married, would say, "Oh, I can't wait until my honeymoon night because it's gonna go down." And I'm telling you that that's not necessarily so because that did not happen for me on my honeymoon night. I was so
Hmm.
listen, we were
Tired,
so
huh?
tired. We were tired, right? Nothing happened until the next morning. And they're like, "Really?" I'm like, "Yes, really, nothing happened." And they're like, "I don't think that can happen to me." I'm like, "You're gonna see."
Lady Misty, there ought to be a way where a couple gets married and they're rested. Why are they always tired? The days is the way it's programmed. It's like
Yeah, it's just a day, the whole rush of the whole day trying to get everything
yeah.
right. And then now, the ceremony is, you have to, you remember that it's, you are the center of the ceremony, so you have to be up there, you're laughing, you're taking pictures, all of that kind of thing, and it can be stressing on you.
Wow.
So knowing that it's all over, you just
Mhm.
and take a breather. So
Debrief, huh? Debriefing
you
now.
be
Like, okay.
tired. Yes. So there is a question here I want to ask. I want us to talk about, DJ. It's from travelpreneurs. Question is, if our partner is not as excited as I am or as we are, how do we cope with partners that are not very exciting when it comes on to sex?
Well, create the excitement. You make it happen. Come on now. Be creative. I think like in life, right? I think a lot of people, the same way they want to have this great friendship relationship or friendship or
Mm-hmm.
interaction, but they don't want to interact. They don't want to interact. They don't want to really go out their way and be creative.
Mm-hmm.
So sometimes if you start the fire, if you get creative, then more than likely you'll have that thing come right back at you. But you're depending on this person to bring you this thing, and they're
Mm-hmm.
probably looking to you for the same thing too. So it's a lot of dynamics there. Why people don't get
It's
that
twofold.
yeah, I think it's twofold.
I mean, I think.
And to add to my point, a lot of women, for instance, you mentioned about church, and a lot of
Hmm.
females who grew up in church, they're taught to be a certain way, and be modest, and don't be too, call it too, I guess, raw, or too bold about certain things. And then you get married, so a lot of times they're waiting for
Yes.
the guy to always come at them and always approaching them, and sometimes start the fire. You get it going. You just like, honey, I want you now. That's it. It's my night. You know what I'm saying? And grab him like a little boy and get him. He loves that. He loves that. You
You
kidding
say
me?
grab him like a little boy and get him.
Yeah, so that's me. That's it. My turn. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you can do to really make it exciting, I think.
That's true. I think too, though, that
Mm-hmm.
uh, in everything there ought to be communication,
Yeah.
and I think that there's a conversation that should be had. Personally, uh, if I this is my personal view now. If I see a man
Mm-hmm.
that's not so excited about sex, alarm
Mm-hmm.
bells goes off in my head,
Oh well, yeah, of course, of course. That sounds
because
serious to me.
naturally men are naturally, you rarely hear of women complaining about men not being
Yeah,
sexually excited. Am I wrong?
yeah,
You
yeah.
rarely hear
You're
that unless
correct.
there's something else going on. For
Mm-hmm.
example,
Mm-hmm.
there's another woman or there's something else attracting him away from that. So
Mm.
I find that, because I ask the question, and I find that most times the women don't really complain. The women will say, I want him to get off me. I need a
I
break.
need a
I
break,
need
huh?
a break. Right. So usually when women complain about men not being as excited, you're like,
Hmm.
what's
What's
going
going on
on
there?
there?
What's up? What's
Yes.
up? Yeah.
Right. And in asking that question to both men and women, the answer kind of goes leaning towards that. Is there something going on with him why he's not, it could be emotional, it could be mental, it could be physical, it could
ED,
be it
erectile
could be
dysfunction.
ED.
Yeah,
Yes, it could
yeah.
be erectile dysfunction, or it could be,
Stress.
is there stress? It
Mm-hmm.
could be, is there something external that's pulling his attention?
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
that is where I think the communication is,
Mm-hmm.
for women. And hey, I'm no expert. I'm just giving my view. But for women who are not so excited, there's usually something too.
Yeah.
uh I mean, we spoken about this on the show, DJ. We're talking about
Right.
love language and how
Mm-hmm.
we operate in bed. So,
And you guys can shut down emotionally all do very well. You
oh
guys can just shut
yes,
down like,
oh yes, oh yes,
what?
oh yes.
You didn't take
And
out the garbage? What? You came in late and didn't tell me you come in late this time? It should be on by 5 o'clock. What?
and it's done, and
Yeah.
just that little
Yeah.
thing, and it is over.
You just didn't say my dress looked nice. My brand new dress I bought yesterday. It's not. You don't. What? So
That
yeah,
is
yeah,
true.
yeah.
Yes. So it all depends on all of that,
Mhm.
and as well, uh, having a conversation of how each other likes the thing in bed, because
Mhm.
probably what you like is not what I like. What
Yeah.
I like is not what you like. So there has to be an understanding as to what your partner wants, whether it's male or female, what your
Mm.
partner likes, whether it's male or female. There
Oh,
are instances.
medication. Medication.
Yes, medication is also a
Medication.
factor. Yes, it's also a
Yes.
factor. So you have to know your partner. If you're with a long-term partner, of course you're gonna notice changes with your partner. For example, if you've been having a healthy sexual relationship and you notice the dynamics going down, I mean, that's where the conversation needs to be had. Probably the person is on medication, and that causes a problem. So,
And here's a big one, Lady Misty. Here's a big, big, big one. In our culture,
mm-hmm.
is a lot of emphasis that been placed on sex and this kind of mandingo, kind of stallion kind of approach, right?
True,
So the
true,
songs tell
true.
you all nighter, and the song said, "I don't want a 1 minute man," and this all this stuff, and what is a real man and a stud,
Yes.
and and so you have this narrative going on. So a lot of people say, "Listen to me, I gotta live up to these ideologies here, or these
Mm-hmm.
narratives." How can I
Mm-hmm.
now be the man to show her that I can hold it down? And then now sometimes the lady or the man may have previous experience that they bring into this new relationship now and say, well, let me see what you can do because John just knocked me out last month. He was the king of my castle. Let's see what you got.
Right.
There's a lot going on. So now you have the pressure of saying, can I live
Mm-hmm.
up to my sexual proud or whatever it is I can, whatever it is. And that becomes in themselves a lot of unnecessary pressure. But I'm gonna say this. When
Mm-hmm.
it comes to sex, this is what I think. I think there should be more quality than quantity. So we
That's right.
learn about, we must focus on quantity, not quality. There are people who have sex not that often, but it's always brilliant. It's always well done. It's always very satisfying. And the people have it all the time. And she's like, I wish you would stop. I wish the man would stop and give me a break because it's only
That's right.
one-sided. It's not a
It's
unified
one-sided, right?
experience. So there's so much dynamics to this thing. And people fall in different categories of it.
Yes.
Yeah.
And let me say shout out again to my YouTube family. They are here and they're commenting up a
YouTube,
star.
YouTube, yeah,
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 YouTube. And we are on
yeah.
Podbean as well. So let me shout
Podbean
out to the Podbean family as well. We have not forgotten about you.
and Yumi
All
Radio
right.
fans,
So
of course. Yumi
Shanique
Radio, we
Marshall,
are.
good night. I see you. I see you. I see you, Coach Raquel. I see you, Scottisha. I see you, Bug Seaway.
Bug
You
C.
know, yes, I see you. I see you travel escapades. You know, Shanique is saying when a woman is not in the mood, it's all because her partner not giving any attention to her needs.
Okay,
That's an
okay.
interesting statement.
Mm.
So not giving attention to needs.
Sounds like you've had experience with that.
Sounds like she's had
Yeah.
experience with that. Yeah.
Mm. You never know.
The dynamics of sex is so interesting. And I mean, as I read through the article,
Mhm.
I tend to agree with Christine Lozano,
Mhm.
which said that she said that it's dependent on the couple. So it depends on the dynamic of your relationship.
Yeah.
DJ, I heard you talking about the pressures of society, and
Yeah. It's real. It's
I'm in
real.
this group on WhatsApp, and
Mhm.
this topic came up quite a bit of times in
Mhm.
conversations, and in the whole length of the conversation, and talking about
Mhm.
it, discussing it, I'm saying I was always of the view that men, especially Caribbean men,
Mhm.
don't really know how to
Hey, what? Wait. Watch it. Remember, I'm a Caribbean
m-
man now, so be
don't really know. I'm
going
not
gentle.
all men, not all
Yes.
men,
Uh huh.
but you're an exception, DJ.
Watch it now.
don't really know
Hallelujah.
don't really know how to make love to a woman because the music and
Yeah.
the society just teaches you how to just go hard, have sex,
Yeah. Yeah. As if
and
that's the way it works.
right, and m- making love is seen as weakness, or it's weak.
Wow.
That's
Hmm.
I see now. I see the kind of shift now in the way how the music is, and there's
Hmm.
some music leaning towards it, that softer side, that more intimate side,
Yes.
but you know
And you know why? And you know why?
hmm
I think the reason why, Lady Misty, is because a lot of these artists they're becoming more authentic, a little more honest. You
hmm
see, because you see, at some point in the past, the pressure to actually have the image, and maintain an image was important.
mm,
But as time goes on, it's like, you know what, it's more acceptable now to be a little more, a little more emotional, just a little more, you know, just empathetic and, just a little more gentle. And it's accepted now. That a lot of these men are wearing pink,
yes.
these pink shoes and pink outfits, you know what I'm saying? They're like really like,
Yeah,
hey,
they're
I'm
in touch
here.
with their
They
feminine
went,
side.
yeah, they went airing and stuff. Like, okay, yeah, okay, guys, whatever it is. But it is a part of that reason why we find that there is a there's a lean towards men being a little more gentle in their approach.
So my question is, does being more gentle make up for the quality of time or the quantity of time? Because I think having rough sex makes you tired.
Yes, I mean, the thing is that the thing about rough sex, not everyone can have rough sex, right? Or even know how to have rough sex, because
Mm,
they're people who are built a certain way. They're built, and based on their stamina, that's part of life. They really can do, they can really be intense for a long time, because that's how they're built. And some people, because they know how they're built, they find other ways. So a lot of men who are gentle say, listen to me, I can't win being the rough stallion, but I'll tell you what
mhm,
though, I'm gonna find my way out of this thing. You know what I'm saying? And when she's pleased, then then he feel that he has actually won the game, so to speak, right?
one.
Not this a match, but you know what I mean. He feel that he has accomplished his task, so to speak, right? But a lot of women, I think, are now being more vocal in saying, "Hey, do this, do that." Because see, before, women, again, they weren't as vocal as
Mhm.
now. Like, I like it this way, do it this way. So they're saying, "This, man, I want what I want now." So they're actually saying with their words, like, "Hey, man, come on," So I think we see where those things are happening as well, because people want what they want, and they'll be more assertive on it and more
Mhm.
direct on it and what they want.
Okay. I
Hmm.
think that, you know, you don't have to go hard all the time. I think there's time and place. Uh, with sex, you have different positions, different, you can switch it up to make it exciting, but you don't have to be rough all the time. I know there's a time and place for that,
All
of
right.
course. There's a time and place for that, of course, but you don't have to be rough all the time. I think, well, it wears you out.
Yeah.
it it wears you out. It wears you out,
And I
you
think
know.
I think that, so don't you think that if that's the case, the woman has to take a little more charge, because she knows what she's feeling, and say, "Honey, hey, you know
Hmm.
what? Kind of start direct a little more," because I think a lot of men in the act of sex, they're a lot more vulnerable. A lot of men will never say "I love you" until they're having sex. "Oh baby, you're the
True.
best." Oh my God, they cry, they moan, they groan, right?
But
And you want to.
is it that you love me though?
Probably
Is
not,
it
but
me?
but it's but they probably love it. But the point is that, right? They're saying,
Ah,
so sometimes use that to your advantage. Ladies have a lot of power, man. Ladies have a lot of power, and sometimes rather than saying he, so you know what, I'm taking charge of this, and sometimes the man will be like a put in your hands. So it's just a matter of knowing how to really navigate that, and maybe read some books, find some techniques, getting his brain a little bit, and he's like, he'll follow your lead. He'll follow your
so
lead.
you don't think that some men get offended by that?
I think, yeah, always you're gonna find a case in every case that someone will get offended by that. But at least, honesty is very important. It's good to be honest. Why would you say, for instance, what would hurt a man is to say, after a year of him thinking that he's the man and the king of the hill, she said, "Man, you know what, boss man, the last year was working in them." And he's
Mm,
thinking, what? He's like, "You got to be kidding me! I'm there like a beast, and you tell me I'm isn't that happening down here?" That's worse, I think. So
mm-hmm.
again, the conversation is important, to have the conversation, and even more importantly, before you even get married, that's even so much more important to
Yes,
talk about it.
yes, yes. I
So you can,
think
so you
that,
can
that
revert
that's
back to it.
something that, and
Hmm.
especially from the, I have to take it religious because I'm in that circle.
Hmm.
I think in the dating and courting uh season before you get married, that's a conversation that you need to have with your partner.
Yes, it is
You
very
know,
important.
there's a saying. There's a saying here in Jamaica that nobody want buy no pussy in a bag, and that's usually that usually means that they test the waters before, because they want to know that what they have is good. While in
that
the
that has become very controversial because I
it
think
has it
the
has
reality is that we encourage to check out your credits, see how it is, check
Mhm.
out your background, and some
Mhm.
people go as far as get a blood test. I mean, a blood test
Oh
tells you a
yes, you
lot.
go to the
All
doctor,
right,
you do all of
it
that.
tells you a
Yes.
lot. Yeah, because I mean, come on here. You have people getting married. I know someone who got married, and they both they have sickle cell. What do they call it? They both were, I think, positive traits were
Mhm.
the
Mhm.
same,
Mhm.
and the kid was hard. So I mean, I can't say that one should do that, but I would say this though. I can understand why one would do that. I can understand why one would
Yeah.
do that because marriage is really a lifelong thing. I remember I asked a question some time ago. I was at a church, and the pastor had opened up the room to have folks ask questions.
Mhm.
Any questions that's church related and their personal lives. And one of the questions I was asked was that, how about someone getting married and then they find that the sexual part of it doesn't work as well?
Doesn't work. Mm.
And the response was, well, the way God make it and the way it's supposed to work, and
Oh
it's
no, I
natural.
don't. I don't.
So it was such a very narrow answer, because I've known someone who have gotten married and they said
Mhm.
it was just too big. They said every
Wow.
time she did it, it hurt. It was just too big. So I mean,
So
we
what
can dance around
happened?
it. Mhm.
Did they separate or
Well,
they
they're not
work
married
through
anymore.
it?
Yeah, they're not married anymore. This some years back. But they said it was too much. I don't think that's why she divorced him, but I mean that was, I'm sure,
One of the
it could have been one
right.
of the reasons why. So looking at the research, what's it telling us? Because I think research it do hold some ground, especially dealing
Yeah.
with a certain amount of people, and getting a certain kind of response. It has significance in what goes on.
Yeah, I know, I think, you know, being somebody who is married, I think sex in a relationship has to be intentional,
Hmm.
because life can take over. And honestly, I don't think I could be in a marriage without sex. Okay, I'm putting it out there. I like sex, okay?
Well, there you go. Say it like it is. I wonder,
Yes.
who wrote that song. so
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 it
so
has to be intentional, because yeah, because really when you get caught up with work, and but I don't have any children as yet, but I
okay.
know I know that dynamic, because I had a child living with me for almost 1.5 years, so I
Hmm.
know
Hmm.
I experience that dynamic as well.
Yes,
So
yes.
having a toddler
Hmm.
and balancing work
Yeah,
and
yeah.
ministry and your own life, your own
Can't be
space,
easy. Can't be easy.
it can't be easy, but you have to be intentional about
Yeah.
that time, because it's important.
Hmm. Hmm.
That physical time is important in your marriage, unless it's a business marriage,
Yeah.
which that was not the intent.
Hmm.
So we have some details from a research here, and I'm coming back to you, YouTube family. So just keep your comments coming in. It says, first and foremost, the research on marital satisfaction is fraught with difficulties.
Hmm.
All right, this is often due to the design of the experiment or the way in which data is collected. Nonetheless, people still need something as a gauge, and research shows that. So here it is. Now, generally, there is a decrease. Hear
Hmm.
that? Decrease, down, 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 decrease in both frequency and satisfaction as couples are together longer. That is so sad. I feel my heart is just so sad just reading this.
Uh-huh.
as a married person, I just feel so sad right now. I just feel so sad. Uh,
With that said, there's something that I realized because I was married for many years, over 18 years,
mhm.
and the thing about marriage, you kind of grow in a way where sometimes the sex becomes not as important as when you started out because you start to
But it
learn
should
life.
be.
No, it is important as far as it's always because it's always there. It's almost like you want to get married. You're married now. You're
Mhm,
not going anywhere. She's not going anywhere, and you pretty much can have it whenever you want to have it. You know what I mean? At least you have that choice, right? Without
mhm.
any guilt or whatever it is. So, but I think that you start to understand the person. You start to understand what it is to actually have companionship with somebody, like have a
Mhm.
conversation in the
Mhm. I
car, going
agree.
on a. I remember I went on a weekend getaway, and it was just a great experience just to have someone there with you in the car,
Yes,
talking and connecting. And it wasn't nothing about sex. It was just that moment, or maybe
I
maybe
understand.
a birth of a child. When my daughter was born, it was like, man, it's like it's a whole different world, and the
Mhm.
baby and you're giving life to this young man, and you're kind of now you're a dad, and it's so much
Mm.
different things that give you joy beyond just the sex.
Yes.
You see,
Mhm.
so but I think what happened is that is when people don't make the pre-sex excited. See, I think what makes sex maybe maybe a challenge and probably why it happened less because people don't make it exciting before it
Mhm.
happens. So it becomes monotonous because it's the same person pretty much, and people normally do the same thing every time. And then
Yeah.
how many times are you gonna flip and dip the same way? I mean, and
It
plus
becomes monotonous. I
monotonous,
know,
and then
right?
and then and then you find that right. You find that some of these so-called movie images that we think is also fun, it's more painful than anything else. It's
Oh Lord.
uncomfortable. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, is
Yeah.
when you have a good moment where it's like, hey, I'm pleased, I'm excited, maybe a raise. I'm gonna knock him out tonight. Maybe you got a new job. Well, maybe that rush. I'm gonna get her tonight. You know what I'm saying? Maybe a great sermon. Oh man, when I get home tonight, I'm gonna get her, or I'm gonna get him. So it's different things that makes that sex become exciting. So it's not just sex bomb we get together. No, it's a whole. It's like a personality around it, a persona, a feeling, and what you create around that
Yes.
thing.
It's whole language.
Yeah,
It's a whole
yeah.
language. I
Hmm.
have a friend who she's in a wife's group that I'm a part of, and we had a
Uh-huh.
conversation about, it started out as a joke because there was something going around, and um she 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 shared the experience of her uh sexting her husband.
Okay.
And she said at first it was very uncomfortable because it was not
Mm,
something that she was used to.
okay.
So because of that, it was a little bit uncomfortable to be, having that conversation. But she said after a while, it became so good because you keep that momentum going, so that by the
Hmm.
time he gets home
Yeah.
and it's time for that actual moment, you are already built up
There
because
you
you've been having that
go.
conversation all
The
day.
the
She's
pre
at
the pre
work,
thing.
he's at work,
Yeah.
and she was telling us that the fact that he had her on his mind like that
Hmm.
for the day made her feel good.
Yeah. Yes.
So
Yes.
it wasn't even the conversations, so to speak. It was just that he had her on his mind like that, and
Hmm.
so on, and they started a conversation. And I'm like, that is so cool because
Yeah.
you keep the fire burning that
Hmm.
way. So it's a whole conversation. It's not only in the moment. Yes, in the moment
Yes.
is good, of course,
Hmm.
but leading up to it, it's so much better.
Hmm.
So let me continue with the research, DJ. So,
Hmm.
yeah, as I said before, there's a decrease in both frequency and satisfaction as couples are together longer. Now, it says sexual frequencies diminishes when we consider other factors, and we were just talking about them like work. chores, children, physical or psychological factors, other relational issues, and so on.
Mm-hmm.
And it says here sexual frequency and sexual satisfaction are both inversely correlated to divorce rates.
Mm.
So I ain't getting enough, I gotta go.
Wow.
You know,
Wow.
so in other words, as one rate rises, the other one goes down.
Mm.
And research published in 2015 looked at
Yes.
over 2,400 married couples and found that the more sex a couple had, the happier they were.
Mm. Wow.
And interestingly though, happiness maxed out at one sexual encounter per week.
Wow.
And this is coming from www.verywellmind.com.
Wow. Wow.
And it's a personal belief for me. The more intimate you are, the healthier you are, the happier you are,
Hmm.
the less stressed you are,
Yeah.
because physically, sex does things to your body.
Mm-hmm.
Physically, like physically, it improves your body. It releases the
Endorphins and
melatonins and all of that.
yes, it does. Yes, it
All of
does.
that.
Yeah.
So it's very important that couples, uh, and especially married couples, really, think about it, have a conversation with your partner, and get it going, and make
Yeah.
yourself happy.
And another myth about sex too, that the culture of also it makes sex seem like it's just like a very temporary thing. You
Yes.
get one, get burned out, go to the next person, get burned out, go to the next person, get burned out, and keep going.
That's right.
Rather
That's
than
true.
spending the time and the energy in that one person, because one is enough to really make it happen. But rather than do the work, that it takes to really make it that thing exciting, we rather just go where, because when anything is new is always exciting. A new car, a new suit, a new dress, new shoes. It's always nice the first few times, and then after a while you want to get another one. Opposed to really take care of that
That's
one and
true.
make sure it's put away
Take caring of
properly,
the way,
take
yeah.
care of it, what I'm saying, cover it up and shine it off and stuff. So I think a lot of people, they have this kind of next mentality. So they don't realize that this thing really takes work, that it really takes work and time, and like you're saying earlier on, intentional
Mm-hmm.
about it. Be intentional about your love life, and like anything else, it takes work. It really does. Yeah.
It takes work. It takes work. Let me hop over to YouTube, just to say, good night, Roberta Campbell Smith. Happy New Year to you too. I see Neagle. I hope I pronounced your name right. Coach Raquel, it's nice to see you. Thank you for joining us. And Coach Raquel is saying, I want to be all over my husband when I marry.
Watch
I
it
think
now.
a, I think a lot of people are marrying without true compatibility, and so the
Yes.
sex is not so compelling. And
Mm.
that is the truth. I agree with you there.
Well,
So
listen,
don't
listen.
forget.
Well, you know what, Len Misty? You know what, listen, Misty, I'll tell you something. That's a good point. And a lot of people right now are very sad. They're very sad, but let's put a smile on your face. Let's put a smile on your face. All right, guys, it is easy to get a landing page these days, but we
Yes,
understand this frustration of building a digital marketplace, right? That is a
yes.
website with all the trimmings for a successful online business. All right.
Hmm.
So business never stops. So let a partner UDMI and your worries and frustration. Something gotta be good, right? Something gotta be good.
Something has to be good.
Yeah. So choose UDMI for all your websites and digital marketing needs. All right. They keep it simple. Just go to www.umedigital.inc.com/marketplace to see their service listing. Feel
Hmm.
free to explore the websites to see samples of their work. let's go to another of our Yumi Radio Spotlight. All right. But I think that's to put a smile on your face and let you know that,
Yeah,
guys,
so our Yumi
hey,
Radio Spotlight is coming up.
mhm.
It's coming up at 10, so we're going to be looking at that. And I want to mention some things here. So couples therapists traditionally suggest things like scheduling sex. What do you think about
Oh,
that?
wow. I think that's actually kind of cute because it does
So
give
you
that,
say every
yeah.
Saturday, fly high or fly low.
Well, it could be different days. So it doesn't have to be Saturdays. You pick the schedule. I think it's because he showed intentional, like you're intentional about it.
Yes, it also
I wouldn't say the
says
same
it is
day.
suggested that couples have a date night, and date night usually leads into,
There you
let's get it
go.
on, right?
Yeah. Let's get it
And sticking to that
on.
routine often helps. It says as well, changing the venue.
Hmm.
Yeah,
There you
changing
go.
the
See that you
venue.
got to change it up. You got to change it up a little bit.
You
That's
gotta
that's the
switch it up.
idea.
Gotta switch it up. I saw a video with with a lady, and she was saying, her partner was saying, he needs a new person in his life. And she
Hmm.
went and she said, okay. And she changed her hair. So today she's in green hair, tomorrow she's in pink hair, another day. He said, which one you want? Anyone you want? You want to switch it up? I'll switch it up for you. All right. So yes, so having a schedule is important. Changing the venue, going on a trip away from the family space. Listen, that works. I can tell you, getting away from the routine, from the house,
Hmm.
from the regular space, it works. Take it from me,
Yes,
it
I
works.
hear you.
All right. Spicing things up, or even reenacting your dating sex. Now, well, for us people who in Christendom, we don't have any dating sex. All right.
Mhm.
Don't have no dating sex. Right. But
Wait till you're
it's
married,
good.
huh? Wait until you're married.
Yes, yes. But, reenact those first years, and, that
Mhm.
first moment. Uh, no, it does say here that these work for some and not for others. So, you have to find the dynamic that works for you. It
Mhm.
also says with testosterone levels, uh, let me see, I lost it. Oh no, it said testosterone levels are highest in the morning. All right.
I heard
So
that. I've heard that.
let's
Yes, I've
talk
heard
about
that.
that morning sex now.
I've heard that. I've heard
Yeah.
that.
So that may be an option
Hmm.
if it's not, you know,
So
all
does
right
the
in the
morning?
night.
So does the morning thing? Sex go with the
Joy
morning
comes
kiss?
in the morning. So
So so so.
weeping endures for a night, but
So,
joy,
but Lady Misty, does
joy
the does
comes
the
in the
morning sex
morning.
come with the morning kiss? Because the teeth haven't been brushed yet. So how does that work?
Yeah, it does sometimes. It does
Honey,
sometimes.
look that way. Honey, look this way. This.
Look that way. Oh my God. No. No, it says, of course, sexual desire, and we've been speaking about this throughout our show. Sexual desire can be impacted by various things, aging, and we spoke about the men and their
Correct.
libido, and it going down at a certain age, and women peaking at a certain
Hmm.
age, family obligation, hormones, medical diseases, medication, physical attraction,
Hmm.
psychological problems or body image issues, depression, anxiety, relational issues, sexual beliefs and attitudes, and that's an interesting one
Wow.
because there are a lot of couples who have that kind of variances where you know they believe that certain things are not to be done sexually, where the partner disagree.
Yeah.
So so the
Yeah.
partner
That's a
would go
very big one.
outside to get that
Yeah.
because the wife or the husband doesn't believe in that. So that's an issue as well.
Right. And a lot of people should really consider when they believe something to really, really find out why they don't believe it. Like really understand it because
Like, why?
it's a lot of
Yes.
just self-defeating thoughts and just self-debilitating thoughts, and can really take you out of some important things in life because of just the wrong thinking, or maybe just the closed-minded thinking. So
Yeah, or
wanted to
probably
really think
it's
about
what
it.
you grew up on, you
Mm.
know. I know that there are a lot of persons who don't believe in oral sex,
Hmm. And it's false
so
teaching, I believe.
and me too.
Yeah.
So and then that creates a friction because
Hmm.
I want to experience it. My
Hmm.
partner doesn't believe in it at all, and curse me to hell and die because it's
Ah.
wrong. And then no, okay, so I'm gonna go get it somewhere else
Yeah.
because you don't you don't want to do it.
But what's funny about it is that you have people right now who might be listening saying that's the issue because they're so far gone to some of the stuff that's just like you went about oral sex. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Because there's a whole other subworld that's just like in a whole different world. Like you guys are playing, wasting time. Y'all don't know what's going on down here.
Yeah,
So
but
it is
something as
crazy.
simple as that can create a
A
huge a
mountain, huh?
huge thing, yeah, a
Yeah,
huge rift
yeah.
in the marriage. So
Hmm. Hmm.
yeah.
But as time
So
goes on, we find that there's a change that's taking
and
place. Hmm.
it's not only that, but various beliefs. Some people go believing that there are certain things that should happen.
Hmm.
uh for example, um that the men should be in control.
Hmm.
So that's a belief. So
Hmm.
men, you should take charge all the time. That's your
Yeah.
job, that's your
Hmm.
role. So
Yeah.
all of those things
Hmm.
can create some difficulties. uh let's see. So it says, if you've had a dry spell,
Hmm.
merely engaging in sex can get you back in the game. Listen, there is something about sex that just gets you right back on track. Okay. Yes. It will
Ah.
it will get your rhythm going again and help you
Hmm.
flow, help the flow of the bonding hormones and the oxy the let me see if I'm pronouncing
Oxytocin?
this right.
Is
The
it oxytocin?
oxytocin, right?
There you
Yes, my
go.
tongue got tied a while ago. And the vasopressin. Listen, those things are so important for your body. I've seen people lose weight just by having good sex. All right.
Wow, I hear
I've
you.
seen people look better just by having good sex.
Well,
All right.
guys, they go to cure. They go to cure. Now you have the
It's a
answer.
good cure for a lot of things if you're having
Mm.
good, healthy, clean sex. All right.
Yes.
So you can revive and repair the disengagement you are feeling and it says, because intimacy and sex are intertwined, sometimes this is all a couple needs to get back on track.
Track. Wow.
Yes, it's all. Yes. So sex is good. It was
Mm-hmm.
made by God. It's good, and you
Yeah.
ought to have it
Mm-hmm.
in the right
It's
space.
so strange. I grew up hearing that people refer to sex as doing badness. It's amazing
Oh
how the
Lord,
word and let's go nastiness. It's like, wait a minute, guys, come on here.
it's good
So as you get older, you're
nastiness.
like, you see how that thing can warp your mind and make you not see this thing that's so beautiful and should be shared, as often
Yes,
as
yes,
possible.
yes.
And we tend to kind of dilute it and really take out the beauty out of it, and it's not
Listen,
okay.
so just in case there are any couples out there having a dry spell, or you don't think it's important, or you're not having sex as often as you should, we have not come up with that we haven't come up with that with an amount, but just in case you're not having it as often as you should, let me encourage you tonight with some things. All right.
Uh-huh.
So you need it. So let's go. So it says sex builds emotional intimacy. Sex is not merely just about physical intimacy. It helps to strengthen the emotional bond between two partners.
There
And
you
that's
go.
true. If
There
you're
you
having
go.
sex with somebody, of course, you want to build that emotional connection.
Mm-hmm.
All right. For any relationship to be successful, it's important that the people involved are emotionally on the same page, and
Mm-hmm.
having sex is a great way to build that intimacy, and that is true. Now,
Yes.
let's talk about your body. So it says it improves cardiovascular health.
There
So
you
it's
go.
good for your heart.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So a recent study says that men, and listen up now, men, and I know the men are out there cheering now when they hear this.
We're listening.
All
We're
right.
listening. We're listening here out here.
Men who have sex more than twice a week have a
Mhm.
lesser risk of getting a heart attack.
Wow.
Yeah,
I didn't
than
know
men who
that.
have had sex less than once a month. Come on now, listen up now, men.
Turn it up, guys. Turn it up. Turn it
You
up.
need to turn. You need to get it turned. All right. Now it says it says it increases your immunity. So listen, if you
Oh.
want to get your immune system up and running against
Hmm.
COVID-19,
All right
just go
now.
get some. All right. Get some good.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Now it says regular lovemaking increases the level of the immune boosting antibody. Yes, immunoglobulin. Mhm, which in turn makes your body stronger against illnesses such as the common cold, fever, and for me, COVID-19. Okay?
Uh-oh. Okay. Okay, we got the cure.
So,
Got the cure.
yes, that's the cure. All right. So, in case you don't need the vaccine, just up your immune system. All right.
I
Now,
wish. I
it's,
wish.
you wish. Now, it says it reduces stress as well.
Well,
So,
that we
it
know.
says
That's what it does. Stress reliever.
yeah.
You know what? And when your stress level is lower,
Mm-hmm.
then of course your body fights better. Your
Yeah,
body
you
reacts better
function
to any
better.
kind of elements that goes against it. So stress is, and as you know, stress is the number one killer.
Oh,
You
yes.
know, so when you have
Because
high
it
stress
brings
level,
on
it's
so
not
many
good.
underlying
How,
illnesses.
exactly. So it is
Yeah.
correct as far as decreasing that stress that we sometimes have and all pent up. I
Yeah. So
guess
it
I guess
says,
that's why they say when a lot of people are single for a long time, they get very irritable very quickly, and they wonder
mm-hmm,
why. Because there's no
we
tension relieving going on
miserable.
there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we on edge, we edgy. Yeah. So
Mm.
it says, stressed out about family
Uh
or
huh.
work. Don't let it affect your performance in the bedroom. Not only will having sex improve your mood,
Hmm.
but a study has also proven that folks who indulge in regular bedroom activities can
Hmm.
handle stress better and
Okay.
are happier people.
All
Yeah,
right.
yeah,
Interesting.
that's actually tried and proven.
Hmm.
Now it also says it relieves pain.
Hmm.
If you're using a headache as an excuse not to make love, stop doing that.
Yeah.
Don't do that, okay? Have sex instead.
No. I heard someone said it some
Because,
years ago that it takes away headache, and I was like, yeah, right. But I guess it is true for a lot of people. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. When you're about to have an orgasm, the
Mm.
level of hormone oxytocin increases by 5 times, guys. Five
5.
times,
Wow.
right? So, so this endorphin actually reduces aches and pains.
Hmm.
Yeah.
How about that,
It
huh?
also promotes longevity. When one has an orgasm, a hormone called, and this is a long word, let me see if I can break it up into syllables. Dehydro, okay, dehydropiandrosterone. I hope I
Mm.
pronounced that. So the doctors out there help me out, okay? It's a long word, okay? Is released. So that dehydro thing, yeah, is released in
Mm.
your body.
Hmm.
This improves immunity, repairs tissue, and keeps the skin healthy.
Wow.
Men who have at least 2 orgasms a week live longer
Wow.
than men who have sex less than a few times per week.
Wow.
It increases your blood circulation because your heart rate increases when you have sex. So,
Hmm.
fresh blood is supplied to your organs and cells. Now, while used blood is removed, the body also expels toxins
Hmm.
and other materials that cause you to feel tired. And
Interesting.
this one, I know because I've proven this one, you sleep better. True, true, true.
Uh-huh. In other words, you get
Very
deep
true.
sleep. You get deep sleep,
Very,
huh?
very true.
That
All
REM
right.
sleep. That REM.
Yes. So the sleep that you get just after you've made love will be so much more relaxed. Listen, listen. I
Listen, isn't
cannot tell
God
you
good?
about it.
Isn't God
Isn't
good? You know exactly
look
what he was doing.
look at God. Getting a good night's sleep will make you feel alert and overall
Yeah.
healthy. Yeah. And it
Hmm.
improves your overall fitness.
Yeah.
So, if you find that going to the gym is mundane or working out at home is a task, here's another way to help you lose the
Hmm.
flab and to
Hmm.
keep in shape.
Yeah.
Regular sex, yes, will do wonders for your waistline. So come on now, ladies. Yes, it does. All right. So it says half hour of lovemaking, only half hour, burns more than 80 calories, guys. More than 80 calories.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So it does us it listen, sex does a whole lot to your body. If it
Hmm.
is done right, you have a good partner, you gonna live long.
Hmm.
You gonna live so long. And I'm reading all of these things from time of India dot indiatimes.com. So listen, I'm not making this stuff up. All right. And I'm sure a lot of you out there listening to me and watching us, you know it's the truth. See,
Hmm.
there, see, I told you my YouTube family not leaving us, DJ. So Roberta is saying true, true, true.
So, Lady Misty, I'll tell you what. We're gonna divert a little bit here, just a little bit diversion here, all right? We're gonna come
Okay.
back to this hot sex thing, but there are things that's going on right now in this country right now that
Yes.
we want to kind of just look at
Right.
real
So
quick.
we are
Yeah.
going into our Yumi Radio Spotlight. All right. So, Keith,
What's happening
what
here?
is that I'm hearing happening over there in your neck of the woods?
Hey, listen, I
Hmm?
tell you, man,
What's happening over there? What is
DC on
keeping over
DC
there in
under siege.
America?
DC under siege. Have you heard that? Yo, I never
Yes.
knew that could happen
Yes.
in the U.S. of A. Listen, it's like Trump supporters
Listen.
reportedly stormed in the castle, White House. I'm
Mm-hmm.
talking about the grounds of the White House covered with protesters.
Mm-hmm.
And people on Facebook was like, oh, "What a go on?"
Listen, that
Foreign.
was my status last week. Like, what keep a foreign? What keep? Something keeping over there.
but
Yes.
with all that said, you know what really impressed me though is
Mm-hmm.
that the people of color pursuing an active role in leadership. Think about
Mm-hmm.
Kamala Harris, all right,
Yes.
as
I'm proud
VP.
of her.
Man, goodness, and as a matter of fact, a friend of our Yumi Radio morning show,
Mm-hmm.
a friend of Yumi Radio morning show. Her
Mm-hmm.
name is Lauren Carter, who's
Mm-hmm.
running for city council for Mount
Oh wow.
Vernon.
Oh great.
Yes, and
Congratulations.
that's not too far from
Congratulations,
where
Miss
I
Carter.
am. Yes, Lauren
There
Carter,
she
she's just fantastic.
all
Uh huh.
right.
And from what I've seen of her so far, she certainly has the experience to move the city forward, I believe.
Listen,
For
I
those
am
who
here
want
for
to
it.
learn more about her, can check her out on Instagram at Lauren for City Council or laurenforcitycouncil.com. All right.
Mm.
Because we need strong and capable leaders,
Yes,
you know,
we do.
and
Especially now,
yeah, yes. The
especially
one
at a
is
time like this.
oh yeah, it's so important because I mean we see what happened. Um, just leadership, how we can impact our world with just words, and
Listen, I'm not there. I'm not in the country,
mhm,
but I've been watching. Listen, I've never watched CNN so much in my life.
mm, yeah,
Just trying to follow up on. And I'm saying, my heart is so broken because
mm,
I'm seeing all of these people just creating a whole mess for no
mhm,
reason. Like,
mm,
persons lost their lives for no reason.
yeah,
And as you said, DJ, we in a time like this, in a season like this, in a
hmm,
space like this,
yeah,
it craves strong and capable leaders. And I want to give my personal shout out to Lauren Carter and all the best. And I know she's gonna be she's gonna be great. She's
hmm,
gonna do good things. She's gonna be great. I
yeah.
am
I
here
believe
for
so.
it.
I definitely believe
I
so.
am here for it.
And
So
that's why even the more in our world, we want to have that love connection, that
yes.
family strong thing, because there's so many things out there that's off, with the
Hmm.
societally, that's just so straining and stressful on us. So
Hmm.
we have topics like these because I want to let folks know that listen to me, in spite of the craziness that's going on, having a strong love life, so to speak, a strong family unit life, a family
Yes.
bonding, as far as husband and wives, and just having that good love thing going on. That's so important,
It's so
to have.
important. DJ, I see travel escapades, ask a question on YouTube,
Hmm.
and and he's saying, should we be taking our sex life more seriously? Yes.
Yeah, definitely,
Yes,
definitely.
because it is a part of your life. I mean, there
Hmm.
are other
Hmm.
things that are important, the communication, the,
Yeah.
building together and all
Hmm.
of that. But the sex in your relationship is just as important because
It
it
is.
does it does so much to your relationship. And I don't
Hmm.
think God created it for it to just put on there for you to just have babies like that. No,
Exactly. And
no.
you know what, Lady Misty? Another thing, guys, that's so important, to all these great listeners. Sex is a not just an act. Sex is just it's an approach to another human being,
Yes, it
and how they
is. Yes,
feel.
it is.
What you say to them, how do you treat them, how do you respond to them. It's a whole, a way of doing things that makes the environment so warm and just nice. I think that's where people are lacking
Listen,
those
I mean,
moments.
this might be a little bit funny, but I have some dogs here that you might hear them in the background right now, and they're in season. So in Jamaica, we say they're in heat,
Yes.
right?
And I remember that.
And you know, I d- you watch them have sex because dogs are dogs, and you're like, wow, I'm so glad that we are not like that.
Right?
I'm
Yeah.
just
Oh, in
saying.
season.
I'm just First of all, it's only in season. All right. They have a season, and when the season is over, that's it. And
Hmm.
then, for the most part, after the babies are born or whatever, you don't see those dogs no more. You only see
That's
them
it.
in season. All
That
right.
I tell you.
And after the season is over, all the dogs are disappearing. Listen,
All the maiden
my
season,
husband
huh?
has to be listen, my husband has to be chasing dogs out of our yard. All
Oh my
right.
goodness. Wow.
Yes, because we have a male dog here, but we have female dogs here as well. And
Okay.
listen, they are just going at it. They're just going at it. But I'm so happy that we humans are
Yes,
not
day or
like that.
night, winter, spring, summer, fall. You know what I mean? It
Listen,
don't matter.
listen. Right around the year
Oh,
365. Oh my God.
oh
I
boy.
see you, Travel Escapade. Thank you so much for the love. He's giving a shout out to you and I, DJ KTE,
Hey, respect,
saying that we are
respect,
truly
respect.
doing a great job, and he wants to keep up the good work. Thank you so much, and thank you for keeping our company, because
Of
we
course,
can't
of
do this
course.
without you.
Yeah, of course,
We
man.
can't
Really,
do it
really.
without you, our
We
listeners.
appreciate that. We
Let
appreciate that.
Yeah, so let me just go ahead and share the rest of these benefits for you, because listen, it's a whole long list. All
Hmm.
right,
Let's
and I
let's
think,
let's keep a notes. Okay, keep notes, guys. Keep notes now. So,
yeah,
because
listen,
it's a
when
lot
you
to
when
remember
you
here.
listen to Let's Talk Relationships, you better take a book
And a
and a
pen.
pen, or if you
Uh-huh.
have your smartphones, and so you better take some notes.
That's right. We're
All
bringing
right.
education, y'all. We're bringing some education here,
Yes,
not just
yes,
not
yes,
just
yes,
words.
yes,
Real stuff, real life
yes.
things.
We want to be touching over 1 million lives, and we touching your brain, we educating
Yeah,
you. Okay.
yeah.
All right. So we spoke about, it's good for your fitness, it's good for your heart, it's good for your emotions, and it says in men, the hormone testosterone is what makes them more passionate in the sack. So
Okay.
not only will it make you feel way better in bed,
Mm-hmm.
it also improves your muscles and bones,
You
keeps
see
your
that?
heart healthy,
You see that?
and
I'm telling
keeps a
you, that's
check
for
on
real.
your cholesterol.
That
Now,
is for real. Mm.
in women, on the other hand, the hormone estrogen protects them from heart disease and also determines a woman's body scent. I didn't know that. I didn't know that. I gotta check if I be
uh,
smelling good. I'm gonna
there you
have to
go.
check.
Check it
Yeah.
out. Check it out.
I gotta check it out.
Mhm.
Now it says here also that it reduces the chance of being depressed or getting depression.
No,
So
I can definitely agree with that one. That definitely makes sense to me.
yes, so it says
Yeah.
just any other form of exercise, just like any other form of exercise, sex
Hmm.
also prompts the brain to release feel-good chemicals, which
Yes.
increases the level
Endorphins.
of the happy hormones of secronotin,
Hmm.
serotonin.
So there
Listen,
you
my
go.
tongue, my
Serotonin.
tongue be so tired tonight.
My song so tired. My tongue is so tired.
Yes, which acts as a neurotransmitter and is one of the key antidepressant chemicals of the body. Yes,
Hmm.
this in terms help to reduce the chances of getting the depression. And
Wow.
finally, it makes you feel better throughout the day. And this is correct, which is right.
Uh-huh.
According to research, people who had sex in the morning coped better coped better with their daily stress. Mhm.
Okay.
And even sailed through their day in a good mood, y'all. Say thanks to all those happy hormones produced after a session of sex, couples are armed with a smile.
There you go. A pep in your
Yes.
step.
And they're ready to take on all the challenges that life throws at them daily. Yeah, so a
That's
session of
awesome.
sex a day keeps depression away.
There you go. Like a session of sex a day, keep depression away. Oh
Keeps
man.
depression away.
All right. That's
Yes.
all right. That's all right.
So we can't say how many times or how often one should have sex because that's really dependent on you, but do it a lot.
Mm.
It works. It helps your body, your mind, and your spirit. It helps your body, mind, and spirit cope, and you're gonna be living long. Okay,
Yeah.
you're gonna be living long. Listen, let me say shout out to all of my YouTube family, all the YouTube family. Hey, Positive Vibrations Band, shout out to you
There
as
you go. There you
well.
go. All right now.
Yes, listen, they are here for us tonight.
We love it. We love
Yes,
it. We love it. We love it.
right.
I
I
tell you
see
what,
you,
I
Roberta
tell you,
Campbell Smith. I see you. Good night, all of you. Yes, DJ.
yeah, big up. I was as we talk about the topic, when it first came up,
Mm-hmm.
and I thought about my own life, being married, and I realized that it's a very important aspect. I don't remember having a bad sex day. I remember
Okay.
having time when it wasn't as often, but
Mm-hmm.
I guess I was one of the lucky guys because I've heard people who said they sleep in 2 rooms and they haven't had sex for 5 years, like two
Listen,
years, 10 years. I'm like, how is that possible? And
listen.
I'm like,
I could not manage that. I'd be tearing down the roof. Listen.
but it is a wonderful thing, and the truth is that it's important, like you said earlier, the way we take interest in maybe learn about stocks. There's this thing called the 4X now. It's a big thing, 4X, and a
Mm-hmm.
lot of people learn about the stocks and that kind. You spend time to learn about it. Men learn about the women, learn about what are some of the triggers, learn about what words can be used to and enhance their curiosity, learn how patient works with women, learn how to tap into their emotion, learn how to
Yes,
actually speak to
definitely.
their need there at the moment, learn how to to let them express themselves, because a lot of times I think men just want to express themselves and don't
Mm-hmm.
want to give that woman a chance to really invite the conversation, be open. And I'm telling you, there's a law that says it's more blessed to give than to receive.
Yes.
But when you give, you normally receive more, and
Mm-hmm.
I'd say to all the guys, women has the capacity to give so much more than we can. So don't be afraid to really launch out in the deep and just give, because it'll come back tenfold.
That's true.
Or should I say 100-fold?
100-fold. 100-fold. You know, it says a lot when a man says, I want to please her,
Yeah.
because, and this is automatic.
Mm-hmm.
If you have a partner, yeah, I'm saying a man. If you have a male partner that's willing to do that, it's automatic that the woman
Mm-hmm.
responds to that,
Yeah.
and you don't have to ask for much,
True.
because it's an emotional thing that we women have to know that if you are thinking about, you see, it's not what you do, it's how you do it. And just
Mm-hmm.
the thought
Mm-hmm.
that you have me in mind, that
Yeah.
you want to please it, that's already a turn on. You know,
There you go. There you
you
go.
already got whatever you want.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But
That's true.
yeah, but I've heard of cases where men are so selfish
Yeah.
because they just want to have their own way and so on. And
Mm-hmm.
sometimes the women don't have a say in the sexual experience. So
True.
whilst it may be good, whilst it may be good, there's not a space for expression.
Mm-hmm.
There's not a space for uh that 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 are you listening to what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Are you picking up on what my body wants from you?
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes that also creates a rift in the relationship, and then I
Mm-hmm.
don't want to do it because
Yeah.
it's not about me, it's all about you, and you're
Yeah.
being satisfied, and you are okay, and you
Yes.
fall asleep
One-sided.
feeling
Yeah.
all good,
One-sided.
and I'm over here like, what just happened?
Yeah. Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know
Mm-hmm.
so it's very good. It's very good for both partners. Let me say both partners, for both partners to take
Mm-hmm.
heed and to just to know what each other wants, study
Mm-hmm.
and know the love language, so that the sexual experience is better.
Yeah.
It's a good one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so
Yes,
we've
we
been
down to the
having
wire.
fun.
Down to the wire, but it's
Yeah,
just
we are
another
down to the wire.
another exciting segment here, I believe. And we just love our responses
Yes,
here
it
from
has.
our viewers
Yeah,
here. They really
listen,
kind of make it
listen.
exciting.
They are here for it, and they have been listening. So there's another question that's here from Travel Escapades, and he's asking, can a man truly love one woman and treat her well, yet not like other women and treat them well?
Can I answer a question?
Hmm. You're asking
You
me, or
see,
you're
yeah.
asking this?
Can I? You see, let me address the question real quick. And this is just my take on it. We
Hmm.
are triune beings. We are mental, physical, spiritual. All right.
Yes.
And the fact is that, if we have tapped into those areas of our lives the correct way, the
Hmm.
current balanced way, we're going to always, I think, come up short. Now, as a spiritual man, right,
Hmm.
I believe that should have a deeper understanding of this, the human nature and the woman's nature, my nature. So when I understand that depth, that level of depth, of course, I get that from my creator, right? When I
Hmm.
understand how that works, he would never say get one wife or one person if he didn't believe that one person could be more than enough.
Yes.
Because with him, he can make all things possible. And it may sound a little bit religious wise, but it's real. It's for real. So we've been taught by the culture to get many to be happy, to get as
That's true.
many as you can to be happy. When God is saying, no, you don't need that many. That causes confusion.
Oh,
You can do
confusion.
that one, but you have to know who you are. Be authentic who you are, and sometimes deal with your traumas. Sometimes we have traumas that we have from young, and because it has been dealt with, we're trying to hop and skip, and find different ways of hiding those traumas. But it is possible to love that woman in such a way where it's like it's a whole different experience. And I think it's quite possible because it's more of this not being conformed to our society, I believe, and to the culture and what they would want to have us believe, or the narrative they want us to follow.
Yes.
Yeah.
I love the analogy. I heard a pastor um preaching a long time ago, and he uses analogy to say that he's a one burner gas stove. Because with a one burner, the gas take long to finish. You know,
Hmm.
right? When
Yeah.
you have all these 4, 5, 6 burners, you have to be
Hmm.
treating with all of them. Gas are gonna finish easy. You know, the gas will finish easy. I'm a one burner, so when I spend the time with that one person, and I
Yeah.
invest in that one person, yes, my
Value.
my
You show value, and yeah.
yeah, the value. Yeah, Coach Raquel is saying you should do more with just you two, just with the two persons. All right, we. She's saying we should do more with just the two of us.
Yeah.
We do so much more. Yes. Oh Lord. She's saying, just to add that, I think when a man truly loves a woman, it's hard not to care about other women, not in a romantic way, but in general, how he treats a woman, and the same for the women. And that is true. I mean, overall, you're going to treat women well, but you know that the one that you have at home, you're going to hold her at high esteem. And the same goes for your partner as well if you are a female. So
Yeah.
we are winding down pretty nicely, pretty nicely. We want to say thank you so much for all the comments on YouTube. Shout out to Coach Raquel, Travel Escapades. I want to say shout out to Roberta Campbell Smith, Shani Maxwell. I see you, Shane. Thank you for listening. I want to say Shanique, all the persons that are on here tonight. Nas, I see you as well. Uh, I am Karen Sembi. Yes, she came on as well. I want to say thank you so much for engaging with us tonight and having the conversation with us. It was a pleasure having you on tonight. So let's go. So before we go, though,
Hmm.
of course, we want to say a big thank you to all our partners and supporters and listeners and viewers. And if you left or dropped a comment, so please leave and drop a comment at LTR Save if you need advice or answers to any question to help you grow in your relationship. Please,
So
please,
so
please
it's
remember it's
LTS.
LTS answers. Yes, so
There
let
you
me correct
go.
myself because I said LTR earlier. So it's LTS answers at gmail.com. So if you have any
So sorry
questions,
for
comments,
interrupting. Hi, it's LTR. Sorry.
it's supposed to be LTR.
Yes.
Oh,
LTR.
LTR. Okay, so I was right before. Okay,
Yes, you
thank
were.
you. Thank you so much. So it's LTR answers. All right, so let me get that out there correctly. LTR answers at gmail.com. All right, yes, LTR answers at gmail.com. So shoot us a line, send us an email if you have anything that's on your mind you want help with to help you grow in your relationship. All
And
right.
it is our hope, right? That
Mm-hmm.
this program will be a support to you to help you have a strong, healthy, amazing relationships. You
That's
guys
right.
were so wonderful in 2020. Let's take on 2021. Cheers. We love you guys, and y'all make us so happy. Hmm.
That's right. Those also on Podbean and
Yeah.
on iHeartRadio and iTunes and Google Podcasts and
Mm.
Amazon, and those who listen to the radio. Please, 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 we can't do it without you. Thank you so much for keeping our company and for your continued and steady support. We really, really appreciate it because without you, there is no show.
That's
So we
right.
want to say thank you so much.
Have a good night, y'all.
So have a good night. Before we go though, I'd like to share with you that radio ads get results, guys. So whether your customer base is local, national, or international,
That's
radio
true. True.
advertising remains one of the most dependable ways to reach them with our unique message. For decades, radio ads have been converting listeners to customers both quickly and affordably. At
Yes.
Yumi Radio, we script, record, and edit your spots, working closely in partnership with your brand to ensure your radio ads perfectly reflect your value and your audience. And if you're looking at the screen, there are some great reviews. Listen, we don't just talk, man, we have action behind it.
That's right. We
All
walk the
right.
walk.
So
They walk
we
the
don't
walk.
just talk the talk, we walk the walk. So we have one that says, keep up the good work. Great future ahead. It's gonna be powerful. Can't wait for the next video. Nice channel, never quick. Wow. Good
Good
work.
work. All right.
Right. Listening to Yumi Radio is an empowering experience for me. I love their choice of music. I thoroughly enjoy the talk shows and I really like how I feel after listening. I just feel better. That's great. Please continue with your great inspiration to all of us. Truly excited about how radio has evolved. It is an amazing and fulfilling experience as I'm able to connect with a very wide audience. That is so good. Those are reviews from our listeners. So please get the app at Yumi Radio. That's one word, umiradio.com/app, or visit umiradio.com for more. So that's it from us at LTR tonight. Let's talk relationship. It was wonderful having you. Please join us next week for another steamy, exciting show.
And let me just say, you, Lady Misty, and me, the future is ours. We create our destiny.
That's right.
Ah.
That's right. Good night, everybody. See you next week.
Bye.
Let's talk
Relationships on You Me Radio.
Radio. So what are we talking about?
Marriage, dating, parenting, business,
And love, emotions, sex.
it's a conversation with me, Lady Misty,
And DJ KTE.
on everything from hot topics to taboos.
Join us Mondays at 9 p.m. live on UMERADIO.
Follow us at Let's Talk Relationship Show on Facebook or on Yumi Radio on Instagram. Let's talk relationships, arguments for the grown.
Get the Yumi Radio app to listen wherever you are. That is UME Radio, one word.